everyone, and welcome back to the channel and to another Masters of the Universe review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Revelation Skelegod figure. I keep wanting to call him God Skeletor after the 1987 film, but it's not Skelegod. So yes, I have just reviewed the He-Man, so if you haven't seen that, do check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. And while I was there in Smith's, I initially just picked up He-Man and thought, no, I'll get this at a later date. But they only had the one, and I had a massive bout of FOMO, so yeah, I picked it up while I was in there. So let's have a look, see what we think of it. As I said in the He-Man review, I really like this new packaging. It is a bit of a departure from what we're used to, but you know, it's a new show, it needs to be its own thing, so I'm fine with the packaging. I think it looks quite good, I do quite like it. So, as you can see, you've got I've done it again, Skelegod. You've got Skelegod in full view there, in a rather menacing pose, I have to say. It's slightly better than the pose that they put He-Man in. Yeah, he does look absolutely terrifying. So, yeah, great for mint in box collectors, but he's coming out. He's coming out, so yeah. Right, what have we got? So on this side it says Skelegod. On this side, oh, that artwork. Oh my days. That is, I love it. Love this artwork. I really want to know who did it. And there it is again on the back, but you get more of it. And yes, please, more of this artwork, please. Stick it in a book, and I'll buy it. On the bottom here, we've got other figures that you can buy. Well, laughingly, in the UK, you can buy. I've got He-Man. I thought my Battle Cat was going to be really badly delayed. I was supposed to have got it this Wednesday, just gone, but they sent me an email saying that it wasn't coming, that it had been delayed until like October. I was like, oh no. And then out of the blue they charged me last night, and it's due this Friday, so really looking forward to the Battle Cat, and obviously I'll be covering that as well. Mossman, not too worried about, but I'd like to get the Skeletor. I really want the Evil Lyn. That's the figure that I want the most out of this line at this point. I've got the two main characters now. I really want Evil Lyn. So fingers crossed it doesn't take too long for us to get that in the UK, because I'm sort of chomping at the bit for that one. Right, so that's it for the packaging. Absolutely beautiful as it is. I'm afraid it is going to have to be opened, so I'll do that and I'll be right back. Right, so here's Skelegod out of his box, and this guy is massive. I'm used to the figures using the same buck, but I've had a look, and this looks like it's different from the He-Man one. I don't know, I'll let you decide, but yeah, even if he's using the same one, he just feels so much bigger. But I'm pretty sure it is different because the knees look different to me. But yeah, anyway, before we get into it, let's have a look at what he comes with. So he too comes with a power sword. He comes with the power sword. If you haven't seen the series yet and you're watching this, then I will try not to drop spoilers, but I mean, at this point you've probably seen it, so yeah. So again, that looks, I mean, it's pretty much the same as the one that came with He-Man. It's a slightly different coloured grey, but it's marginal. There's not much difference in it. It's painted the same way. He comes with a pair of closed fists, so he can hold that sword. And they look pretty good. Nicely done. And then he comes with this magic effect that you see. Well, it was on the box anyway, so no surprises there. And this is quite nice, just done in a soft-ish translucent green, but it looks great. I really like that one. We'll try that on him in a bit, but let's get to the figure. Let's get these pieces out of the way for the moment and take a closer look at the figure. And oh my word, this is wow. Oh, not the camera, typical. I do it once every video, don't I? Yeah, this thing is awesome. What? I mean, look at it. I think that this is the most what's the word I want? Terrifying, I guess, Skeletor we have ever seen. I mean, he's so much more scarier than the one in the horrible comic book from a few years ago. That was just awful. The one where they killed off the sorceress. Yeah, oh god, it's just, I love this figure so much. I am so glad I picked this up now. I nearly wasn't going to. I walked past it. I picked up a He-Man, and I went, no, I'll get that Skelegod later. And I went off and had a look at the Transformers, and then I had to go back for it, and I'm so glad that I did, because it's just insane. Let's get up on this face sculpt. Look at that! I mean, that guy is... That's evil. That's properly evil. And I love the translucent green around his neck. That just looks awesome. And the way they've incorporated the Havoc staff into his head, it's just, yeah, it looks mental. Oh, and he's got the He-Man logo on his chest now as well. So, and the colouring as well is the buck is, the base colour is blue, and then they've washed over the top in a black, and it's gorgeous. It's done really well. I cannot fault it. And then he's got the furry loincloth. What's that on his? What's that on his loincloth there? That looks like a bird. Is that a nod to Screech, maybe? Because we did see Screech briefly. Yeah, maybe. And then going down a bit. I've got a little bit of silver paint on there, but honestly, the quality of the rest of the figure, I'm really not that fussed about. Slight overspray. Oh, look at those boots. That's nuts, that, isn't it? He's got skulls everywhere. He's got skulls coming out the backside. Actually, does he have skulls coming out the backside? No. You know what I mean. He's got these amazing braces going on there. Everything just looks so good. He is genuinely a scary looking figure. I mean, if you didn't know that that'd come out of Masters of the Universe, you could probably put that on a, like, you know, if you've got like a horror monster shelf or something, you could probably put that on there and easily get away with it. Because there's going to be a lot of people that look at that and go, well, that's not Skeletor. Well, no, because technically it isn't. Well, it's kind of Skeletor, but yeah. They've even done that face either side of that shoulder pad there. That's wicked. And then you've got this really very nice soft goods cape going on here, and it's weighted down just by a couple of little bits of diamond shaped plastic here. But it's nice. It's like a velvety feel. I've just done the RED Starscream figure, and honestly, I think if they'd have done that cape a bit more like this, that would have improved the figure leaps and bounds. That's not a bad figure, by the way. It's a really good figure. Go check that review out if you're interested. But yeah, this is just... I'm blown away. I really am. I know that it was more expensive. It's more than I'd usually want to spend on an action figure. But my goodness, you can see where the money's gone. You really can. I mean, I can anyway. I'm absolutely floored by this figure. I really am. And I actually watched. No, I didn't watch. Sorry. I saw. Was it? Yeah, Borders Dude put some fantastic pictures of this guy up on Instagram, and I thought, oh yeah, that looks like a really good figure. But honestly, you don't realise how good it is until you've got it in hand. Genuinely, I'm saying that truthfully. It's. I'm floored. I really am. I'm so pleased with this figure. Anyway, that's enough of me gushing. Let's have a look at the articulation. It is pretty much the same as the He-Man figure, but you know, it's kind of the thing with Masters of the Universe. They're all the same, but we will run down anyway. So its head is on a ball joint, and honestly, despite those horns being so big, he's got a really good range of movement going on there. They're not hindered by anything. So that's good. So yeah, that's really nice. Now the things that are hindered slightly are the upper arms, because this bit of shoulder pad is so large, but it's not really an issue for me. It might be for you, but for me it's not. So it does go up, so it goes up to pretty much its full outreach, and it will still rotate. But you can't rotate it the whole way around. And with this figure, this would be one where that wouldn't be an odd thing. But yeah, so he's got upper bicep rotation. He's got a double jointed elbow, and this one actually does seem to work a little bit better than the one in He-Man, which is another thing that makes me think that this is a whole new buck. And he also has these sculpted in details as well, or moulded on rather. The hands you can rotate because they're on a peg. You can just pop them out, put them back in again. And he does have the in and out motion. You can use a fair bit of it, so again, not really hindered. The upper chest is on that big ball joint. Again, you can see you can get some good rotation out of that. He does have a waist swivel. Now this is where I found that He-Man's legs were hindered, so let's see. Yeah, it's still slightly hindered, so you go out that far. Can't really go to the back because of the way this bum bit is designed. You can't really go far out to the back. You can go out to the sides though. It does have that upper thigh rotation. It does have a double joint at the knee, which you can get a really nice bend from. Boot cut swivel, up and down on the feet. No rotation at the feet, but it does have the ankle tilts. So again, like the He-Man figure, this is a really articulated figure. It is absolutely stunning. Just stunning. So now then, let's swap his hands over. I'm going to swap both of his hands over because I'm going to have him wield the power sword. Oh, blimey, that one's a bit tougher to get out than the He-Man one. Let's put this one in. Oh, you can take off those braces if you want. They're a separate piece. Okay. Interesting. Let's do this. Oh, these are in there quite tight, these pegs. Oh. Yes, those braces definitely come off. Okay, in you go. Go on, in you go. In. There we go. Right, so let's see how this is. A little awkward to stand up. I think it's just because the way I've been fiddling with him. It's a bit awkward, but I don't know what he thinks is over there. What's over there? It's like my cats, you know, when they suddenly just look at something randomly. What are you looking at? That's what he's doing. He's doing a what are you looking at thing. Right, so this bit goes on his hand like that, so you can do the magic thing, and then we'll give him the power sword, which actually kind of looks a bit dinky in those hands because he's got such big hands. But yeah, so I suppose straighten him out a bit. Yeah, but you can't. That's not really very far. That's about as far up as I think you could get it because of the. Oh, but I wonder if you can get that to go through those. I probably could. Let me try that now. I don't think that's going to work, is it? That's about as far as you can get it, I think. But yeah, it still looks pretty good. You know. yeah, it's good. Looks menacing. Looks really menacing. That's the word I was trying to find earlier. Menacing. But he's still terrifying as well. So let's put him there. Now let's bring in the He-Man figure. And we can do a comparison. Good gravy. He is quite a bit taller. He's definitely... I mean, what is that? He's a good head taller than He-Man. No, he doesn't want to stand up. Stand! Stand, demon, stand. I mean, and he's hunched forward as well, so... yeah. That's pretty epic. I think they look amazing together. Absolutely fantastic. I love that. I love the way that looks. When I get Battle Cat in, I mean, I know Battle Cat wasn't really involved in that final scene, was he? But, you know, when I get him in, He-Man on Battle Cat against this thing, that's going to look epic. That's going to look really amazing. So, yeah, that... oh, I'm done. Anyway, just as a comparison, because I don't have my my Filmation Skeletor to hand, there's my Filmation He-Man, so you can get an idea of the size compared to a Classics Buck. So yeah, I mean, he's bigger even than that. And then let's bring in Origins Battle Armor Skeletor. So yeah, I mean, you can see there are cues there, you know. I mean, he's got the same sort of feet, he's got the, you know, the clawed feet. Do you know, actually, that's pretty much about all they look, all they share together, and the skull face, obviously. But yeah, what can I say? What else can I say about this figure that I haven't already said? If you're on the fence about this and you think, oh, maybe it's too expensive, because honestly, that's what I thought. I thought it was too expensive. I don't want to spend that kind of money on a figure. And I honestly, it's only because I took my dodgy Galvatron back, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy something decent with the money that I got back from that. Yeah, this is worth every penny of that 35 quid. For me, anyway. Because I really liked the show. As I said in my He-Man review, I know that there were a lot of people who didn't like the show, and that's fine. I detested the new She-Ra show, and there's a lot of people who really like that. But for me, I don't know how often we're going to see this guy in the second half of the first series. And honestly, if we only see it once again, then yeah, so be it, because I'm just glad to have this figure in my collection, because this thing is just blows me away. It's just awesome. Yeah, I absolutely love it. So right, I've babbled on for too long now. Honestly, my voice is starting to crack, so I am going to leave it here. But for those of you who've not seen my He-Man review or any of my other reviews, just wanted to let you know that I am now on Discord. So if any of you want to come and have a chat with me about these figures or anything that I review on the channel, please let me know, and I will drop you a link, and you can come and tell me what you think of this figure. Let me know in the description, not in the description, in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this figure. Have you got it? Will you be picking it up if you haven't? Yeah, I'm always glad to hear from people. So yeah, that's it for this one. So as always, thanks for watching. Do take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.